This story about my father, a Vietnam vet. He got good insurance. I want to show you a video of my dad before he got the coronavirus. Then I'm gonna tell you what's really going on because it's sad what they doing to the older black people. Follow me. Look at my father before he got it. Go ahead. Come on, Willie. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead. Hey! You ain't ready for that. You don't know how to jam like that, baby. Break it down. Hey! Hey! Okay, y'all seen the video. On March the 13th, I woke my father up to give him his insulin. This is when this whole thing started, to give him his insulin. When I went to go give him insulin, he collapsed on the floor, his eyes go on the back of his head, shortness of breath. My father really scared me. So I called the ambulance, who was very disrespectful. They came in my house, tried to make my father walk, but he couldn't walk. He was like very confused. They brought him to Valley Hospital. Valley Hospital had him in the emergency room. The doctor looked at my father. Even though he couldn't walk, shortness of breath, he wanted to discharge my father. But he chose not to, which that was a good thing. They put him up in a room with another young black fella. Didn't check my father for the coronavirus. Didn't do x-ray on his chest or nothing. And they allowed me and my wife to go visit him. My father was very weak. He stopped eating. He wasn't eating no food. He wasn't drinking no liquid. And he wasn't drinking no liquid. He was so weak he wasn't drinking liquid. That's on the 13th, March the 13th. On the 16th, they discharged my father. I had to go up there, dress him, very weak, out of breath. They discharged him. So I brought him home, and my father started, he still wasn't right. That was on the 16th. I brought him home, so I waited till in the morning, and I brought him to the VA hospital. That was on the 17th. The VA hospital quarantined my father up. Didn't do no checks, x-ray. Did nothing. They tested him for the coronavirus, but didn't do nothing else. And just put my father in a room. My father still wasn't eating, still wasn't walking, out of breath. So I'm trying to look at the same thing if I can get the date right. That's on the 17th. On the 20th, they called my wife up because I was in Georgia. On the 20th, they called my wife up and they said they discharging my father, even though the test result never came back if he had coronavirus. The test result never came back. My wife got him home. About 8 o'clock that night, she called me because she was scared because she heard a big bang on the floor. My father collapsed, gagging for air, twisting, eyes behind his head. So she took my father. The ambulance came again, very disrespectful. No gloves, no mask on. Took my father to UNC Hospital. Now, UNC Hospital did the same thing to my father. They quarantined him up. They gave him aspirins. Wasn't trying to have my father eat, nothing. Just locked him up and gave him milkshake, some vitamin milkshake. Didn't do a chest x-ray. They said they wasn't going to let my father go. That was on the 17th. They wasn't going to let that was on the 20th. They wasn't going to let my father go. And which was good because he was sick. So they were waiting on the test result to come back from the VA hospital since they checked him. Well, the test results came back. Let me see what day they left him on. What day they let him on. I'm trying to get the date right. I think it was a Wednesday. I'm sure it was the 25th, March the 25th. The test results came back. My father was he was positive for coronavirus. He was in serious condition. Why, when they found out my father had the virus, they discharged my father on a Thursday. Now, my father got insurance. He's a Vietnam vet. He's a veteran. They discharged my father. Had my wife come and pick him up. Oh my God, it was horrible. He couldn't breathe. Nothing. I'm up there now. I'm back home from Georgia on the 27th. Yes, the 27th. I'm back home. The 28th. I'm sorry. I'm back home from Georgia. I'm looking at my dad, and I'm saying my dad is gonna die. I'm watching my father die. I brought him to the bathroom. He collapsed on the floor. I called the VA up, who tested him. And I cussed the VA out. So they told me, get him dressed, bring him back to the VA hospital. That's the crazy part. Now, they doing all they can. They gave my father blood transfusion. They gave my father steroids. They gave him antibiotics. Now, my father's feeling okay. This is the crazy thing about it. My father's feeling okay. They discharged my father. I'm going to get the right date for you. I had to get the right date. He been home, what today is that, 29? They discharged my father. Let me see, he been home for 2 days. I'm going to say the 6th of April. They discharged my father. But when they discharged my father, they told me my father still had the coronavirus. They wanted him to quarantine himself at the house. Now I'm looking at the doctor who discharged my father, who still had the coronavirus. Now they put him in a house with me and my wife. I have no other choice but to take care of my dad. I had to bathe him. I had to feed him. I had to do everything for my father. But they didn't give a damn about me or my wife. That we could catch coronavirus because we have to be in this house with him. But my wife don't touch him. I do all the touching. That's the VA hospital. And the sad thing, what bothers me about this whole thing is that I asked the doctor to give him that pill because I was sick and tired watching CNN and seeing these, and I'm not being racist, white people getting these pills in 2 days they healed. One guy was on his deathbed, called his wife up, his family up because he about to die. They gave him the pill to cure him from all the diseases, but they not doing it for black folks. They sending them home to die or letting them die in a hospital. I think it's time for people to stand up because this is ugly. I'm taking this very disrespectful. I'm going to see if I show you my dad now. He's home now. Yes, he's still in the house. He got the coronavirus. I had to put on my mask and stuff. But I'm doing the best I can with my dad. Let me put on my mask. I've been working with him. Hold on, I had to put on my mask. Oh, almost dropped my phone, sorry. I got my mask on. I'm going to show you my dad. He's still weak. He's still shortness of breath. He never used an oxygen machine in his life. He never did. So I'm going in his room. I'm going to see if I turn this around. If I can turn it around. So I'm going to show you my dad. I'm walking into his room now. Hey, Dad. I got you on, just say hi to the people.
What?
Huh? Because I'm telling the story about how they treated you in the hospital.
Hi. How you doing?
And he got the coronavirus. And they didn't do nothing to cure my father. They didn't give him that pill that would have cured him in 2 days. They made up all kinds of excuses not to make this man healthy. So You know, I want y'all to comment on this video because it's sad that the majority of the people who dying in the hospitals, who dying in this house, are people of color. Now, don't you think that's suspicious? Everybody, black people, is dying by the thousands. But every time you look at CNN, you see a white guy who got the pills or got the needle and they healed. But we as black folks is dying. That's my dad. And I want y'all to comment on this video. Really comment. Because I really want to start a lawsuit up. I really want to start this lawsuit up. I have no other chance. We don't have a big house. You know, I can't hide from it. You know, I don't know if I got it. I don't know if my wife got it. We can't hide from it. But I wasn't going to let my father just sit in that bed and not bathe him, not feed him. I'm not going to let that happen. So please comment on here, man. Tell me what I need to do. You know, tell me what I need to do. And please don't take this video as a race video, because everybody dying. But everybody dying. So I don't want you to look at this as a race video. I'm just saying, how will y'all feel if you see, that's my phone ringing, if you see nothing but black people getting healed, or black people taking pills, 2 days they healed, but you watching your father suffer when they could have gave him that pill. Suffer, because they had the pill. They told me they have it. I told them to give it to my dad. But you seeing this man suffer, but you seeing nothing but black folks getting healed, getting the needle, getting this miracle pill. But you see your people just dying. Yeah, please comment on here. Let me know what I need to do. Thank you very much.